sure your audio is rolling. So if your audio is not rolling, that is a bummer. Hey everyone, I'm Hallease, endeavoring to persevere as always. If you're new here, I make videos about my chaotic good life. Subscribe, follow, social media, all of that. So in today's video, I am going to show you how I am going to take my propagated monstera that I have been propagating for some time now and transfer it to the Zalucka system, or what is also known as semi-hydroponics. So this is a way to grow plants without using dirt. I want to eventually do all of my plants in Zalucka, but the two I've converted, I'll go ahead and show you real quick. One of them is this Hoya Crimson Crown named Bertolli. I put this in Zalucka from dirt a little over a month ago, and it's doing really well. As you can see, it's called a Hoya Crimson Crown because they end up getting these pretty red leaves. This leaf actually came up about a week or two after I had transferred it to Zalucka, and I was like, that means it's happy, yay! How exciting! And then the other plant that I have put to Zalucka is Marble Nuggets, that's his name. It is a philodendron, and this was a propagation that I had going just in a jar with some water for about a month or so. And then after I saw it really starting to take root in the jar of water, I switched it to Zalucka, and it hasn't put out any new leaves yet, but I'll do a close-up of the roots. Oh my goodness, it has taken off in Zalucka. It seems to really like it, and so I'm just giving him some space, you know, letting him really get a great root system going, and then hopefully, you know, in another couple weeks, months, I'll get a nice new leaf. Today we're going to put my monstera into Zalucka. I have been propagating this monstera for like almost 2 months. It's been a while, and you can see it is very ready to be potted into something. It has completely taken off. The roots have roots, which is awesome. You love to see that. And similarly, I haven't gotten a new leaf or anything out of it yet. I think it's just focused on growing right now. In this video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this into this vessel. So this is just a simple flower vase. If you're not going to have your Zalucka done in nursery pot, if you can't do that because you don't have a lot of nursery pots, because I don't, then the other way you can do it is to just drill a hole in whatever vessel you're going to use. And I have created a reservoir system for it. So by drilling a hole into this glass about 1/3 of the way up, this is the container I'm going to use to plant our monstera. And then here is our Zalucka. I have it soaking in water right now. It's been soaking for maybe an hour. Basically, this has been soaking while I set up my camera and lights to start filming. And I also made sure to rinse the Zalucka off to get all of the sort of clay debris that isn't necessarily the balls themselves. It is a man-made material, so usually when you buy it, there is like a little bit of dust and stuff in there. Try to rinse them out until the water runs clean, and then you're good to go. The thing that I really like about this too is that once you buy Zalucka, you just use it. Once I decide maybe I want to switch my plant to a bigger pot, for example, I don't have to worry about buying new Zalucka. I'll just take the Zalucka out, wash it, clean it. Maybe there's some algae on it or something like that, or some dead roots that are kind of sticking to it. Just kind of give it a good scrub, clean it off, and then just use it again. The last thing I'm going to show you how to do with this video is how to create your nutrient water to help sustain your plants and help them grow. So with this monstera, since it is a new plant that I am putting into Zalucka, to help with that transition, I'm going to use Super Thrive in water. And this is how your plants grow. As you can see with Zalucka, you know, there's no dirt, so you're probably thinking, how is it getting its nutrients? All that kind of stuff. So you're putting the nutrients into the water itself, and it's liquid nutrients that helps the plant grow and give it everything it needs. Combining that with the aeration, it's getting good oxygen. Plants need oxygen just like we do. And then the water, it's a very controlled environment for them. So I'll use Super Thrive water, and I will show you how to pH balance your water. Plants actually like their pH with water to be between 5.5 and 6.5. And so I'm going to show you how to pH balance your water. And then that'll be it. Let's get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and head off camera and drain the water out of our leca balls, and then I'll be back. So the first thing we're gonna do is fill this up about halfway with leca. You want to make sure that you're letting the plant be able to grow down, right? So giving it space. I just really want to make sure these roots seem like they really are gonna want to drill deep, so I'm trying to make sure I give the monstera space to do that, but I think this is pretty good. Now we're just gonna place our monstera in and just kind of like place it nicely, gently, if you will, into the leca. Don't worry about making sure things are going down and stuff. It'll figure it out. That feels good to me. I want to make sure it's more or less centered. And then we're just gonna fill it all the way up to the top. And as we're filling, we're gonna make sure we're kind of shaking to get the leca to really set the plant in place. But you're not trying to like push it down. You're just shaking so the balls kind of fall into the nooks and crannies and really set. I'm gonna give it like a little shake right now, actually. And we're gonna just fill it up the rest of the way. And again, one good final shake to really make sure everything's kind of in place. And that looks great. Now we're gonna set this aside. Oh my gosh, can we take a minute though? Close up. That's so pretty. I love that. Isn't this gorgeous? Look at this thing. I'll pull it up for you. You can see our roots peeking out, which is cute. Saying hello. Little peekaboo roots. Okay, so we're ready to add our Super Thrive into our water. You're only supposed to use 1/4 of a teaspoon of Super Thrive in a gallon of water, but as you can see, this is a 1/2 gallon container. So I'm gonna eyeball 1/2 of a 1/4 of a teaspoon and hope for the best. You know, I just live my life recklessly sometimes, and I, just gotta do it. Gonna dump that in. Okay, and then we're gonna close this up and then put the top on and give it a good shake to kind of get the solution all the way through the water. All right, that's probably good. And so now here comes the fun part. Using science to figure out what our pH balance is. So we're gonna take a little bit of use our eyedropper here, and we're gonna take a little bit of the water out. And then this pH balance system comes with this little cap for you to use. And we're gonna put it in our little cap. And you don't technically need this much. I'm just kind of going a little ham so you can see it all really well. So we're gonna take our test indicator liquid, and then you're just gonna put 3 to 5 drops in our little sample of water from the jug. Give it a good shake. And here is the color. And according to, on this pH indicator, it lets you know where you want, based on the color, what the pH of the sample of water is. And so, again, for healthy, happy plants with water, you want the pH to be around 5.5 and 6.5. Looking at this color and based on the color spectrum, we're closer to 5. I would like to see it be a smidge more green than this. I want to get it closer to 6 if I can. I feel like 6 will be just a smidge better. So I'm going to go empty this out and then add a smidge of pH up and retest it. You don't need to add too much of this at all. Use your eyedropper. I'm going to do 6 drops in of the pH up, and we'll see if that ends up being too much. It could be. Give it a good shake again. And just repeat the test again. Take a little bit of the water, put it in our sampler, and then we're gonna take 3 to 5 drops of our pH tester. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and see, I think I did too much because that is already looking really green. And yeah, that is, look how green that is. Too green. 6 drops brought it, what, all the way almost to 8? Yeah, that's between 8 and 8.5, if not 8.5. I went a little too ham, but this is great. This just lets you see how very little goes a long, long way with this stuff. 3 drops. I feel like you split the difference, if you will. This is a little too, I feel like this is a little too close to 5 still. I would really like it to be closer to 6. I'm gonna add a little bit more pH up, but I'm only gonna add like 3 drops. And I think with that, we will be at our sweet spot and it'll be good. Yeah, I like this. Okay, this is what I wanted. Yeah, well, is it what I wanted? Oh, damn.
What do you want? What do you want?
That looks like 7 to me. I think that's 7. Here you go, guys. Y'all can see. I'm gonna go pH down. I'm literally gonna add a drop, a single drop of pH down. Right? Yeah, that still feels closer to 7. I need to do a little bit more. I feel like now I'm being too scared with the pH up and I'm losing it. We're losing it. I'm losing it. All right. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. I feel like that's too close to 7. I feel like it's 6.8 right now. And I am a Virgo and I can't handle that. A little bit more. Yes, we're at 6. Like, we're in between 6 and 6.5 right now. Okay, I did it. Oh. All right, here we go, y'all. I think this is about as close as I'll be able to get. It feels like I am in between 6 and 6.5 right now. It took a while, but we got there, okay? Now, to water our monstera, I'm going to go to the sink really quick and let the water fill up quite a bit and then empty it out. Essentially flush the whole thing out just to help the leca really make sure that it gets like nice and settled in. The water kind of helps with that. And then I'm gonna come back on and fill it with the nutrient water up into the reservoir. So I'll be right back. And now I'm going to take our painstaking nutrient water that we have made and just begin to pour it, again, kind of trying to pour it evenly across the plant so some of it kind of lands on it as well. But fill it up until we hit our hole right here and the water comes just below it. So, you know, pour slowly, be careful and kind of keep checking the level. That is good. Yes, by the time the rest of that sinks down, that'll be done. Cool. And that is it. That is, it's ready. It's done. I'm gonna now put this plant over by I have a giant balcony window, and that's why a lot of my plants kind of live in this corner, because the balcony window. But I'm gonna put him right on top of my little table over here so he can get nice good sun. When you are doing a propagation and putting it into leca, make sure you have the plant get a lot of sun, just to help it again with that transition, make it feel really good, make him feel really happy. So this beautiful monstera is done. Thank you so much again for stopping by. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Big shout out to my Patreon production team, patreon.com/Hallease. There you get early access to videos as well as private weekly vlogs. It's an awesome time. And also coming soon, I will be having editing and filming classes on my Patreon as well. So it's a good time. Check it out if you're interested, patreon.com/Hallease. And I will see you when I see you. Bye.
Okay, alright.